6 in the morning. Something a bit different for today's video. We're going to be flying out to the Netherlands this week. We're going to what is essentially the World Cup of Speedsoft. I'm currently at the train station. I'm going to get on a plane, then in an automobile to head to the Realstrike Arena in the Netherlands to watch NSL Nations Cup. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Speedsoft tournaments in the world today. Should be an interesting experience. Also going to try and do a little vlog for this journey. I've never done one before. I've forgot to take all of my equipment with me, so I don't have any fancy cameras, I don't have any fancy microphones, so this is what you'll have to put up with for the journey. But sort of take you guys with me and see what it's all about. I'm going to get on the train, get on the plane, get to the Netherlands, and I'll see you all at NSL. Arrived at the Realstrike Arena. We're going to give you a full tour of their absolutely fantastic shop. Now, they stock a lot of stuff that we stock back in the UK. Here at BZ, they stock Rebel BBs, they stock Carbon, they stock CTM, all sorts of stuff. But if you see anything in that shop that you think we should be stocking at BZ, let us know in the comments. Tell us, guys. Let's take a quick look around. In the Realstrike Arena shop, and wow, it's absolutely gorgeous, this place. They've done a superb job. One of the best looking shops I've ever been in, airsoft, Speedsoft or otherwise. Let's just give you a full tour of everything they stock here at Realstrike. We've got all of the high capper slides and accessories. You've got Gunsmith Bros right here, and along from that, a BZ favorite, CTM tack. You know we love CTM tack, Superline slide, all the different internal parts here. Your high cappers, your pistols, etc. A big range of cow as well. We've got a little bit of cow at BZ, but should we be stocking more? Let us know in the comments, of course. Best hot rubbers in the game, in my opinion. Maple Leaf, fantastic stuff. We've got some LA Kappa accessories down the bottom. And we've got some NS products there. We've got some JT Pro Flexes up the top. Got the new limited edition birthstones as well. Got Max models, another BZ favorite. We've got Prometheus barrels, again, something we have back in the UK. Got a load of Polar Star accessories. I'm sure that won't be the last we see of Polar Star in the shop. We've got some carbon fiber tanks from Armalite and Power. We'll move over to this side of the shop. Another favorite of BZ, Ace Tech, best tracer units in the game. They've got a solid range here. I love how they're displayed the range of different colors here. Maybe that's something we're gonna have to borrow and take back to the UK with us, because I really like how they've done that. Just look at that special edition titanium Bifrost tracer unit. It's absolutely gorgeous. We have them back in the UK, but if you're in the Netherlands, get yourself one from Realstrike. More Ace Tech stuff, and then around here, this is the main event, the Oracle wall, the wall of Monk custom builds. This is why we're here, to take a look at these things. They have done an absolutely gorgeous job with these. Look at that. Everything in this is modular. We got a full demonstration from the owner of Mug, Bert, earlier on, who showed us how these things work and how you can customize it how you want it to customize it, how you can put out whatever HPA engine, regulator, etc. you want in there. Obviously these are mainly used with Polar Star, but you can use it with Wolverine, etc, with the swappable ESG grips. Just look at that, absolutely gorgeous stuff, and the way the build quality you can feel immediately. We've seen these online, and we've had a couple of them in our hands in the past, but actually seeing the new version in person and feeling it and feeling the quality. We're really impressed by what the guys at Monk do, and this anodizing work here is absolutely next level. Just look at that, absolutely gorgeous, superb stuff. And of course, we mentioned earlier, Polar Star, a brand that we're really missing in the BZ shop. We'd love to have it. Really nice guys at Polar Star as well. If you think BZ should be stocking Polar Star, do let us know in the comments. Because just look at that. That would look so good in our shop back in Teesside. Some more of the Oracle here. It comes in a really nice range of colours as well. So no matter what your colour of choice is, they've got a superb option for you. Look at that. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. And then we move on to the clothing range. Some stuff from some of the teams, second to none, Murder Inc. You've got Wolves representing some of the NSL event t-shirts here. And we've got a full range of the Who's Next line, made by one of the guys who run NSL. The packaging for this stuff is absolutely superb. That is just premium quality, next level stuff. Love that. And I love all these patches that we've got as well from Who's Next. So what's cool about these is that they're all limited edition. We'll just open one up, if I can get it open with one hand. If I can get it open with one hand. I'll stop the recording, I'll open one up and I'll show you it. Right, so here they are. This is the limited 1 of 10 series of their Get Effed patches. Can't say the word because I'm on YouTube. But what's great about these is they come in this really nice premium packaging, and then you get a numbered certificate of authenticity in there as well, so you know there's only 10 of these on the planet basically. And a great idea, which I love that they've done, is that obviously with there only being 10 of these in the world, then if you want to stick one on your patch wall, you're not going to be able to buy 2 of these realistically and have one on your gear as well. So not only do you get your patch included, you get some stickers as well. So that's nice. Didn't know you actually got the holographic stickers. So you get several holographic stickers in there. You also get this. I don't know what the material of this is called, but basically a plastic version of the patch design. So you can stick this on your patch wall, and then you've still got the patch itself to actually go out and wear out and about. I think that's a fantastic idea. If you want to get yourself a really premium patch, t-shirt, etc., have a look at the stuff from Who's Next. I'll link their Instagram in the description. Moving on to the other side of the shop, we've got some we're very familiar back at BZ, a lot of paintball stuff. We've got some Dye and Virtue, etc. Even got some Virtue flip-flops, so we've never had them at BZ. You can't go to any airsoft shop on the planet without seeing some mechanics gloves. I mean, everyone's got these things. We of course have them back at BZ. Got some Milsim gear there. We've got some, I do believe they have this in the shop all the time, but they've got a special stand for this weekend's event from 13 Customs. These are all handmade headbands, really high quality premium headbands in a load of different designs, all handmade by Oliver. Really nice guy, and some really lovely stuff from him. You can really feel the quality and see the quality when you're in person. Hopefully that shows on video as well, but we'll link to his socials in the description as well, so you can go check him out. And we've got a load of PTS stuff, obviously some of the best accessories and mags in the game. You've got to have PTS in your shop if you're an airsoft shop or Speedsoft shop. And we love this, a huge display of carbon gear. Big fans of carbon. Back at BZ HQ, we're the exclusive UK home of carbon back home, but Realstrike have got a really impressive display of carbon. They're putting our carbon display to shame with this thing. Just look at this wall of premium goggles. Now, carbon, it isn't on the budget-friendly end of the mask range, I'll say, but for what you get for your money, I think a lot of people overlook the value of what you get with a carbon goggle, because not only is it super lightweight, it's easily the most flexible goggle on the market right now, and it's got the easiest lens change system. But every carbon goggle actually comes with a goggle case included for free, and depending on what version you get, they can come up to 3 lenses included as well. So it might seem like a high price tag, but when you drill down to what you actually get, I think it's really good value. There's the goggle cases that you get free included with your goggle. Over here we've got some trophies for this weekend's event. We've got the Nations Cup, well, the past trophies I believe, but here's the Nations Cup. Medals and trophies, lovely stuff. Got some more headbands from 13 Customs. Over here, more Monk stuff. is the ESG grip that we saw on the Oracle series. Now, they do all of this like paintwork in-house, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job with that. That, if I had the money, that would be coming back home with me, that ESG grip in pink. I absolutely love that. But they're doing shiny as well. Not all just about the paint splatter, but we do love paint splatter. Everything's modular, everything's CNC'd, everything's made, machined in-house here in the factory in the Netherlands. Beautiful stuff. And finally, got to end on the best thing in the shop, the Rebel Precision patches and display. Look at all these BBs, doing us proud as our only stockist in the Netherlands currently. Full range. Of course, you've got to have a load of 2.5 tracer BBs in a Speedsoft shop, but they've even got the heavyweight BBs down here. Maybe in the future they might even have Rebel Gas. Is that coming soon, guys? Who knows? Have I just made a spoiler there? I don't know, but yeah. Fantastic stuff in the Realstrike shop. Really impressed. Can't wait for the tournament to start tomorrow. Let's cut to some tournament action now, guys. So it was nice to actually get to the Realstrike arena before the event started. It was nice to have a look around before it was too busy and get a feel for the place. We were really impressed by like the quality of everything and the finishing touches and all the little details. This is going to sound so British, but they had a really nice cafe area, which I really appreciated. Really well done out, a good menu, and the shop was really well done, as you've just seen from the video. And it was nice to see some of the teams training and get to speak to a few players before the event gets started, get their feedback on Rebel BBs and just what they were feeling about the event and just ways in which we could actually grow into Speedsoft and what we should be stocking, what we shouldn't be stocking, all things like that. So thank you to everyone who came over to speak to us on those first couple of days especially. Just want to give a big shout out to Ollie from 13 Customs. You would have seen his headbands in that video there. He's the one who came and picked us from the airport. If it wasn't for him, we would have been a bit screwed. So thank you, Ollie, for helping us out with that. And on the first night, once we were done at Realstrike, we met Matt Black. He's brand new to the Speedsoft scene. He's only been involved in a few months. He's a Canadian tattoo artist, a lovely guy. He was there doing the after movie for the Nations Cup, so he's getting a ton of content. And on the first night, we were all there staying in the hotel, all kind of a bit unsure what was going on. It was our first NSL event for all three of us, myself, my boss, and Matt. So we all sat down together, had a lovely meal and a lovely chat, all things Speedsoft, tattoos, life, etc. If you're watching Matt, shout out, you're a great dude. And once the after movie is ready, I will link it in the description because he does fantastic work. I'm sure this after movie is going to turn out great because he has put his heart and soul in this. His mind with the entire weekend was just whirring away of how to produce this after movie. So I'm sure you've done a great job, Matt. Make sure you go watch it once it's released. Day one of Nations, just had something absolutely insane happen. I had to get this on video. So we've got Team Australia over there. These guys, if you don't know, in Australia, airsoft is actually illegal. So these guys can't even practice with BBs. They have to practice with gel balls, and then they actually have to raise $14,000 worth of sponsorship just to get themselves over here. So the first time they can actually practice with BBs is when they come over here. So they're definitely the underdogs, it's fair to say. And they're playing the favourites, Netherlands, who are in the home field, and they're actually winning right now. And they've got a really good chance of getting this round. Insane stuff from the Australian guys. At the start of the first day, we actually put out a load of different free Rebel merch in the Realstrike shop. The clip I got was after half of it had already been taken. I didn't actually get a clip before everything was fully laid out. We had t-shirts, patches, stickers, etc. And you guys ate that stuff up. They lasted about 2 hours before every single thing was gone. So I hope you all like your Rebel freebies if you're watching. If you grab something at the event, let us know in the comments. Now, I didn't want to just film every single part of our trip because it would just be Speedsoft clip after Speedsoft clip after Speedsoft clip. If you want to watch that, go watch the NSL streams yourself. They'll be able to do the content a lot better than we do. Plus, I'm a first-time vlogger and I'm very neurodivergent, so getting my camera out in front of loads of people was a bit difficult. But anyway, we started the Nations Cup inside the VIP box. Ooh. It was basically a room full of drinks and snacks that overlooked the field, that most importantly had aircon in it, which was absolutely necessary because the Realstrike arena was absolutely boiling that day. Big shout out to the players and mainly the refs and the camera guys who all had to put up with that heat for the entire tournament. My heart goes out to you. We saw a ton of action that day. We met a ton of people as well. It was really nice to meet players and some of the sponsors at the event, like Hefe Airsoft and the guys from Extreme Airsoft in the US. Really nice guys. Great meeting you all. So for day one, we actually spent the entire day at Realstrike. We were there a total of about 11 hours just watching Speedsoft games. The highlight for me was Australia versus the Netherlands. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic game. And then after that, we just had a lovely meal back at the hotel, ready for day two. And when day two came along, we made our way to Realstrike. We saw a little bit of action, but we were quickly swept away to the Monk Customs HQ. Now, we can't show you the whole place, but what we can show you, as you can see, is very impressive. So Monk Customs, the guys behind the Speedsoft guns and parts that you saw earlier in the video in the Realstrike shop, they make everything in-house. These are giant CNC machines. They make aluminium parts. They are insanely expensive bits of kit, and they've even got little robot arms doing the work for them so they can produce parts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was a truly impressive setup, and it was really interesting to see how things were made. This, what we're showing you on screen, for example, is how a trigger is made. It's just a block of aluminium that's then shaped down into the trigger shape that you see, and then the trigger pulls off and the rest is thrown away. So it's interesting to see how that was done. And it's interesting to see what the possibilities are with the machines that they've got. They have big plans for in the future, and I really hope that Rebel and BZ can be a part of those big plans, because they're really exciting stuff from Monk, especially as a brand in the EU. Not many people are making stuff in-house to that level that they are, so really exciting stuff for Monk. I think we're going to see some big things for them in the very near future. And then we were invited into the back so we could take a look at some of their finished products. As you can see, all of their parts are CNC aluminium. They're all very high quality and they come in these gorgeous range of colours. I particularly really like their purple and pink and blue colours. I think those are the ones that turned out the best in my opinion. I really like their rails. I really like their grips. They do all of their splash paintwork in-house as well. Their anodizing is outsourced, but everything they were doing in there was just to a high degree. I really appreciated the level of quality they went to, and also the extra details. Like the amount that they said they spent on packaging was absolutely mind-blowing. Like one product alone, the amount they spent on the packaging for that one product was insane. But that's the level they go to because they know they've got quality products, so they want to give a quality customer experience as well. And speaking of their parts, Monk were kind enough to actually gift us some of their parts to take home with us, so let's take a look at what we got. Now first up, again, we've got to mention it, the packaging. Everything that they have is just so well packaged. It just goes the extra mile. It just makes it a bit more premium, so you know you've got quality product here. I like this. As someone who does a lot of unboxings, we like a good bit of packaging here on the BZ channel. But let's actually open some stuff up and have a look what we've got. So first up, we've got just a HPA M4 grip. Let's have a look and open it up. There it is. Just one in black, just a standard M4 grip. Got the Monk Customs logo there. Aluminium grip, so it's better than your standard polymer grips. Again, you just feel the quality is nice and smooth. So they've got 5-axis CNC machines, so that means that you're going to get these like really smooth, rounded CNC aluminium. It's not rough. You're not going to catch yourself on anything and hurt yourself, cut yourself or anything like that. It's just a quality bit of kit. And something that's great about all of their CNC machine parts is that they all come with a lifetime warranty. So cosmetic damage I don't think is included, but actual structural damage, anything that's CNC aluminium from Monk, if you damage it, they will replace it for free for life. So great stuff. This is one of my favourite products that Monk do. It's probably one of the products they're most known for. It's an M adapter. It's a M4 HPA adapter. But what's great about it is that you can actually swap out the fittings at the top of the adapter. So rather than having to buy an adapter for your AP and an adapter for your high kappa pistol or whatever, you just buy one adapter and then you buy the fittings at the top to swap out for your gun. So we've got a few different ones. So we've got ones for AP, we've got Glock. I think they're in this box here, if I can remember right. So you've got APs, you've got Glocks. You've even got like Mark 23s. They do, I can't even remember what the Novrich pistol. They do so many things. So you buy one adapter and it'll fit multiple different pistols. I thought it was great. And again, the lifetime warranty also covers this product as well. I'd really like to see BZ bring these in. If you think we should be bringing in these M adapters or any Monk Customs product or anything you see in this video, do let us know in the comments. That way we can tell the bosses you need to get these in right now because the people said we need to. And finally, we've got this ESG grip for a Wolverine Article 2. Which we've actually got in stock, so we might actually fit some of these parts to the Article 2, so show them off properly. Have been using the ESG grip here as a microphone holder for the entire video. That's another thing that Monk gave us, so thank you for that. But this is like the full grip, and yeah, just again, really great quality stuff. And we've even got handguard and outer barrel to match with it, so we can do a proper Article 2 build here. I think this is a 6-inch outer barrel from Monk. To me, this looks about 12-inch, but that's just a man's eye measuring there. But yeah, again, just really nice stuff. I really like the level of quality they put into everything. It's something I would like to see more of here in the UK. There are some shops already stocking Monk Customs, like High Cap Hub, for example. But if we can work something out with Monk, I would like to see this in the shop. Let us know if you want to see it in the shop as well. But shout out to Bert and the crew at Monk Customs and Monk Machining for showing us around, for the hospitality and all of the free stuff that we got to take back to the UK. It was really much appreciated. And as soon as we were done in there, went back to the Nations Cup and watched a load more Speedsoft from the comfort of our nicely air-conned VIP room. Now, while we were there, it was our intention to get photos with every single team that was playing. Because Rebel Precision was an event sponsor, every single team had Rebel Precision BBs to shoot. So we wanted to support each team and show equality across all the nations, shall we say. But because one, it was so damn busy with teams both playing on the field and preparing for games, and two, players when they were not playing or preparing, they were scattered all over the place. We found it really hard to actually get people together to get some photos. Plus, I'm a bit neurodivergent. It's hard for me to go up and meet all of you guys and introduce yourself, say hello, and wrangle you all up for a photo. So we did only manage to get a couple of team photos there. So apologies for all of the teams that we didn't manage to get photos. Well, it wasn't a bias thing. We were just a bit too shy to come up to you, basically. But we hope you enjoyed the Rebel BBs. We got some lovely feedback from some players. It was constructive feedback as well. We do appreciate that. We want you to be as honest as possible with all of our products. So it was nice to actually get that feedback from players all around the world in a competitive environment. But content-wise, it wasn't a wasted trip because we did actually manage to get a load of gameplay footage, not just for the vlog, but for our social media as well. And people on TikTok were absolutely loving the NSL action. At time of recording, it is only one day after the event finished, but so far, those clips have racked up a combined 4.5 million views. It might be even more by the time this thing goes out. But it's great to see so many people in the comments asking what Speedsoft is, where they can play it. We even had people messaging us privately asking how they can set up their own Speedsoft arenas in their country. So if anything comes from this trip, it's that we've helped to expose Speedsoft and the NSL to a wider audience. We've helped people to see it for the first time. So even if just a few people end up start playing Speedsoft or CQB Airsoft, then the whole trip will be worth it, really. And with one too many rum puppies in our bellies, we went back to the hotel, got some food and got some sleep, ready for day 3. Now, this was actually our final day at the event. Unfortunately, we did have to fly back on the Sunday morning, so we did miss the final day of action. But day 3 was, again, mostly spent at Realstrike, but we got to meet even more people that day. We got to watch even more action. We just had a generally nice day, watching Speedsoft, drinking too much, and getting a bit too hot, because it's absolutely roasting outside. Now, unfortunately, there were a ton of delays throughout the tournament. The guys ran it as best they could, but there was some software issues, there was an absolute ton of penalties, and on day 3 we even had a power outage as well. But they recovered. They did have to stay late a couple of days, but they did manage to get through all the games. I will say that just as a spectator, as someone who doesn't play Speedsoft and someone who wants to see more and more people watch it live, I will say I do think that personally, I think there should be some changes to the rules in regards to VAR checks and penalties, because there were so many throughout the event that just as the game was really heating up, there'd be another VAR check and it would last 20 minutes, sometimes even more than that. And when you're watching that from home especially, that can be really hard to keep engaged with and want to stay on the stream if you know that soon enough there is going to be another penalty and you're going to be sat there waiting for the game to start up again. I do think I would like to see something changed in the future for that. But personally, if it was down to me, I would make some changes to speed up the action and decrease the amount of delays. At the very least, it would be good if they had a VAR ref whose dedicated job was off field to do all of the VAR checks. Currently, the refs that are on the field do the VAR checks, and that means that they can't ref other games at the same time while the VAR check's going on. All of the action has to stop if there's a VAR check. So it'd be good if just one person was in charge of those, away from the game, and then the other gameplay can just continue while those checks are going on. Or just to spice things up a little bit, I would like to see penalties be decided by 1v1s. Now, 1v1s are a very common thing in the NSL, but I think it would be more interesting if rather than reviewing the footage, we just played more to decide those penalties. So for an example, every team gets 2 or 3 appeals in every game. When they get a penalty, they can appeal it, but rather than doing a VAR check or reviewing footage, etc., they do a 1v1 instead. So we just take the referee's word that the penalty was legitimate, but we just shoot for it instead. So if the team that was getting the penalty actually wins the 1v1, they no longer have the penalty and they keep that appeal intact. If they lose the 1v1 though, they not only get the penalty, but they lose one of their appeals as well. Once those appeals run out, you can't appeal any more penalties. I just think this would be a more entertaining way of enforcing penalties, and it would add to the action rather than take away from it. But what do I know? I'm not a Speedsofter. This might be completely ridiculous. So if you think I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But if you've got any ideas on how you'd like to see the NSL improve or some rules that you'd like to see enforced, they are still a relatively young company. So they're still learning, still growing. There is improvement that still need to be made to make the viewing experience better. They've got the gameplay absolutely down. We'll say the Realstrike Arena is really impressive, and all of the players I spoke to said how much they love playing in that arena because it is just the best. But I think they need to make some tweaks to improve that viewing experience, and I think they know that as well. But so if you've got any comments for the NSL on viewing it and watching it, any improvements, let us know in the comments, of course. And at the end of the final day of group stages, the NSL were kind enough to take us out along with all the other sponsors for a lovely steak dinner. We just want to say a huge thank you to the NSL for their hospitality and welcoming us all the way over to the Netherlands. It was a great experience. It's something I would like to see us do more here at BZ. Go and visit arenas, go and visit events all across the world. But yes, sadly, on the final day of Nations Cup, the BZ boys were travelling back to the UK. We did try and watch as much of the live stream as possible as we were travelling. The tournament was won by Team Netherlands, so congrats to those guys. But shout out to all the players at Nations Cup. It was really apparent at being amongst all of the players in the action just how dedicated all of those guys are. As I mentioned earlier, we've got teams like the Australia who can't even shoot BBs in their home country. Airsoft is illegal over there. The gel ball is actually illegal in a lot of provinces. I think it's only in Queensland that you're actually able to shoot gel ball. So there are players over there that drive hours every weekend just to practice, and they can't even practice with the right ammunition. They're practicing all year round. They're raising thousands upon thousands of dollars to come to this event every year. So to see dedication like that is insane. But it's not just the Australian guys, it was every single team. We saw and heard about the lengths people went to not only just be there, but to train and to get the right equipment for it. The passion from everyone was insane, and so many people were stood on the balconies watching every game. It was just great to see. I love how much support there is from this community in Speedsoft. There has been a little bit of drama in the Speedsoft world lately. We're not going to go over that in this video, but we'll hope that does subside a little going forward, because I'm all for friendly competition. There's plenty of room for that in every sport, but if we don't support each other now going forward, the scene will not grow. It's going to destroy the scene rather than help it grow. So I hope that both sides can kind of work it out and just grow independently, and that way the entire Speedsoft community and sport will grow in itself. And once we're in a better place, once we've got more viewers, once we've got more people playing, that's when we can get more into the serious beefs. But that was our trip. I didn't have that much footage over the last couple of days, so apologies for that. But you can watch all of the action on the NSL Sports channel. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go back and see some of the highlights. It was our first time attempting a video like this, and as I said, I didn't really have any of my equipment with me, so did the best I could, whilst also wanting to enjoy a load of free beers and rum. I don't think you can blame me for that, really. But shout out to all the players, all the guys at NSL, all the people we met that weekend. There were some lovely people, the camera guys, the photographers, all of those, everyone we got to interact with. It was great to see. Hopefully next year we'll be back at NSL Nations Cup, and this time we'll bring a bloody UK team with us. UK players, if you're watching, BZ wants to help you get there. We will support you. Get in touch. We want to make this happen in 2026. And if there's anything in this video that you want to see here at BZ in the UK, like the Monk Custom stuff, let us know in the comments as well. But as for now, remember to like this video, subscribe to BZ for more airsoft content, subscribe to NSL Sports for more Speedsoft content, shop online at bztactical.co.uk or at our shop in Teesside, North East England. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.